The Kennedy family says its matriarch, Ethel, is recovering after suffering a stroke. Ethel Kennedy is 96 years old and one of the last links to Camelot and the family's political dynasty. She's spent a lot of her life on Cape Cod. That's where you find NBC 10's John Maroney. He's live from Hyannisport with the very latest on her health. John.
Corey, it's not clear where Ethel Kennedy has been hospitalized. It could be here on the Cape, where she has spent so much of her life.
She has an enormous family and has been given a lot of gifts, but has also suffered a lot of grief.
Ethel Kennedy, an American original. Her story now in focus at the JFK Museum in Hyannis, where pictures of her and her husband Robert Kennedy hang as she struggles with a serious health scare.
I always had this indomitable spirit and a can-do attitude and fun-loving and a great mom.
The 96-year-old Kennedy was hospitalized after suffering a stroke. Her family says she's comfortable and surrounded by loved ones.
Think of Ethel as kind of the coda to the Kennedy dynasty and of what we call the American century, when America was unassailable, top of the world.
Her grandson, Joe Kennedy III, posted this picture at her last birthday. She has 11 children, including Robert Kennedy Jr., who dropped out of the race for president this summer. She was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2014 and played a big role in helping her husband's career, according to Tom Whalen at Boston University.
She was kind of very good at just the regular retail end of politics that kind of softened that kind of hard-edged image that Robert Kennedy had.
The Kennedy compound is quiet, while back at the JFK Museum, they're recalling the matriarch who occasionally visited and talked about her life.
Some of her favorites are how mad Bobby really was when President Kennedy picked LBJ as a running mate.
Now, no update on Mrs. Kennedy's health tonight. Her family's still asking for privacy. We're live in Hyannisport. John Maroney, NBC 10 Boston.
All right, John, thank you. We bring in NBC 10 political commentator and lifelong Bostonian Sue O'Connell here to talk about Ethel Kennedy and her impact here, in Boston, in Massachusetts, and as one of the most famous families in American political history.
Well, JC, John covered the institutional contributions and sacrifices that Ethel Kennedy and her family make to the nation and to Massachusetts. But we have to remember that Ethel Kennedy lived here among us, and we've had some laughs with her, right? Her family has called her fun-loving, and she does what she wants and says what she wants. Did you know she was once arrested for stealing a malnourished horse? She's definitely our colorful neighbor. Do you remember back in 2020 when the Cape Cod Times reported that Ethel thought the aggressive wild turkey that was attacking mail trucks in Centerville belonged to her? She called them and told them that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. brought the live bird to Thanksgiving. No shocker there, right? And that they tried to keep it as a pet, but it was aggressive and it escaped. And Ethel thought it was their turkey attacking the mail carriers, but it turns out it wasn't. And then, of course, remember back in 2012 when Taylor Swift allegedly crashed a Kennedy family wedding in Rhode Island, and Swift was dating Ethel's grandson, Connor, at the time. And when Ethel was asked about Swift potentially joining their family, she reportedly remarked, "We should be so lucky." Well, take that whatever way you want. We've been lucky to have her in our community. She's been our very own constant critic and cultural person down on the Cape.
Sue, thank you. We're thinking of her, of course, Ethel, her family, all by her side at this time.
Yeah, for sure.